All right, we are live, and today we're discussing a particular new kind of weird trend among Twitter leftists called MAGA Communism.
Yeah. And we have a couple of guests with us to react to this new idea of MAGA communism. Arjun, Luna, PC, and Grayson.
How are you guys doing
Hello.
today?
Good.
Yeah, I'm doing fine.
All right, so when MAGA Communism first came out, since I have a fair amount of lefty Twitter mutuals, all they think of it is just either a form of Strasserism or just straight fascism. And while most Republicans just think it's dumb because, well, MAGA, it should be a capitalist or at the very least anti-socialist movement.
Yeah, like the thing is that it doesn't even make sense in the term of basically what tankies are supposed to believe.
Like, even if you have an elementary understanding of Marxism, I guarantee you, Trump is not part of what would be commonly described as the proletariat. He would be very, very much bourgeois. I mean, he's not some working class hero. He's a rich real estate.
Oh yeah, without a doubt, he's. I mean,
I don't even like using the terms like bourgeois, but if we're gonna, the only
Trump
one
is
that really
definitely
accurately
there.
describes.
I mean, Trump is the most bourgeois of the bourgeois. He's literally a
literally a
multi-billion-dollar
billionaire.
president. And
Yeah,
I
with
mean,
a
I'm not
golden
saying there
plane
hasn't
and
been any other multi-billion-dollar presidents, but Trump literally most of his ad campaign for his presidency was spent on his own leisure and through multiple donations. So Trump is ironically the most bourgeois out there. So that's one thing. The whole MAGA communism doesn't really make any sense. The only
Also,
reason it's a
remember that
thing is because the whole similarities of social aspects between ultra left wing communism. I mean, like Marxism, tanky, whatever the fuck they call it, and and Trumpism. It's like they kind of want to coin it as some sort of not really Nazbol, but hey guys, we literally have so many similarities. The only thing you need to do for us to work together is just apply our economic framework, which is communism, which is dumb because all the Trumpers hate communism. It's like a radical version of Reaganism in a way.
Yeah, because remember, it was about 2 years ago. Kelly Loeffler, her big thing when she was running was simply fighting socialism. A lot of Republicans are running on the platform of the Democrats are all communists. We have to fight the communists.
Yeah, I kind of view the whole MAGA thing. Another thing, actually, that's a really good point. When Marx, either Marx or Lenin, but I think it was Marx. I might forget of his book in one of his books. I forgot which one, but the whole phrase of to use the useful idiots in society to achieve to achieve communism. I um I might have shoehorned that really horribly, but
Wait,
I
you mean the
believe
hang
that's
the capitalists by the rope they sell them?
I kinda, but
Because
there's a
that
direct
that was
quote out.
Lenin. That
There
was
was
Lenin.
yeah, that was Lenin, but there's a quote from Marx that I forgot what it was, but it talked about how you use the populace to achieve your goals, trick them, label them as the useful idiots in society in order to get your communist utopia. And when you don't need them anymore, you either forcefully integrate them into your society or you kill them,
Most likely just
essentially.
kill them.
So that's kind of how that's how some of these people view MAGA communism as some sort of tool to trick MAGA retards into thinking that communism is based in trad or whatever.
It's just a mind-bogglingly stupid ideology. This MAGA communism.
I mean, it is dumb.
I get that some people want to fight the globalists and whatnot, but even the definition of globalism is a bit vague. If you mean fighting the idea of a one world government and the UN's increasing control over individual sovereignty, then yeah, I agree. I'm anti-globalist. But if it's simply about free trade, then I'm pro-global trade, if you know what I mean. It's just-
Okay,
Yeah.
let's get started on our first video.
On the program, welcome to In Focus. I came across you most recently with the trending hashtag MAGA Communism. Now, a lot of people are going to hear that hashtag MAGA Communism and be a little bit
Someone has
confused.
music
So I'm
in the background.
No, it's
going to let
the
you
video.
explain
Oh.
what that means, because I don't think you're a communist, Jackson.
Well, I actually am a communist. Earlier today, I was on One America News Network, OAN, with Addison Smith. It's a program I never really thought I'd be on in my life. And I was invited on to discuss something that is, right now, it's causing quite the stir on social media, and that is MAGA communism. What is MAGA communism, you ask? Well, I'll let my...
Yes, please let us know what MAGA communism is, please.
Like, what? You're gonna seize the means of production through Donald Trump?
We're gonna drain the swamp and replace it with the means of production, whatever the fuck that means.
No, the means of production refer to stuff like how you produce goods in society, stuff like factories and shit.
Well, you see, I'm gonna drain the swamp, replace the means of production. Trump is gonna replace his means of production of the swamp with his own businesses. Literally, he will dismantle Apple, replace the name Apple with Trump Apple, and then have all the Apple workers make the new Trump phone. And just literally just take any business, replace his name with it. That will be his definition of dismantling the bourgeois, by just placing his name on shit, like he did with Trump Meats, Trump the Game, and everything. Literally,
Trump steaks. Honestly,
Trump
yeah.
steaks,
Okay.
Trump eggs.
Okay,
can't
try
believe
to
I
make
did.
your responses short because we're trying to get through this video.
All right.
Yeah.
myself from earlier today explain it in this clip. Now, what I want to highlight, though, is the fact that, like, OAN is a very far right-wing, like, MAGA aligned for the most part news network. And we got them to say that they actually agree with us on a lot of the key points that we put forward. Okay, so this is breaking.
What?
Like, they straight up said they didn't think he was a communist, and the few friends I have that so happen to be communists, they all say, yeah, it's because you ain't a communist. It's that simple.
Yeah.
They think that you're not a communist because you're not actually a communist.
Down the walls, breaking down the labels, to getting to the root of these issues and discussing what actually matters in this country, okay? And this is how we're going to be able to unite populists from all political spectrums to overcome the ruling elite, okay? This is the only way we can do it, and that's what we're trying to do here. And I think that this clip shows exactly how it can be done, okay? So take a look at this. I didn't know what to expect when I went on. I've never talked to Addison before, but he was a very kind host, and this is what went down.
Joining me now to discuss this more, host of The Dive with Jackson Hinkle on YouTube, the man himself, Jackson Hinkle. Jackson, it's great to have you on the program. Welcome to In Focus. I came across you most recently with the trending hashtag MAGA Communism. Now, a lot of people are going to hear that hashtag MAGA Communism and be a little bit confused. So I'm going to let you explain what that means, because I don't think you're a communist, Jackson.
Well, I actually am a communist, but at the end of the day, communists have a lot of the same goals as working class Americans made up in the MAGA movement. We want
What?
No,
Right.
what they want is pretty simple. They want their gerbs to stay in America. I'm just doing a South Park impression.
We want my job.
They
They're
took
gonna
their
take
gerbs.
my job. Okay, but seriously, I think I think they kind of view it as Trump is Stalin, and he's gonna overthrow the Dems, who are the Mensheviks, and he is gonna replace them with the is his version of the Bolsheviks.
They took our gerbs.
So basically nationalize the economy.
Yeah, Republicans ain't gonna support that. I mean,
No.
for fuck's sake, they consider. Well, I mean, if you look up is communism and just some generic Republican, you'll see a shit ton of stuff they view as communism.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't like
War-
communism either, but
No.
I'd say just saying everything I don't like is communism is counterproductive.
Yeah, like I mean, like Trump's literally the person who basically called the Dems communist, like last year in a rally. Like, I don't think they like communism too much. Anyway, let's get back to this.
prosperity for average Americans. We want to end big tech. We want to end big agriculture, big pharma. We want to stop the monopolies and the subsidization of monopolies all across America. And we want to reinstill patriotic education in this country. We don't.
Okay.
Patriotic
He says he wants to end
education.
monopolies, but no, he wants to do more than that.
No,
He wants communism.
No, here's the thing though: the state is a monopoly, so by nationalizing an industry, you're effectively
Monopolizing
instituting a monopoly.
we
That's
want to end big tech. We want to end this. Like,
no. Also, another thing is big pharma is fucked up. I had to take a Gorillin today for that quiz of mine, and honestly, I hate it. I hate the shit. But the way you end
even
big
me as
pharma
a, like,
isn't by nationalizing it. You do it by one, shortening drug patents. Two, removing a good amount of red tape. You don't do it by nationalizing all pharmaceuticals.
and he wants to
Yeah,
says
no.
end big tech, but like, who do you think? What do you think the government would like when they nationalize big tech or take over the major communications? That sounds a lot like a dictatorship to me.
Yeah, and also another thing is, wouldn't there be more censorship if the state directly controlled, let's say, Twitter?
Yes.
Yeah, literally no
Yeah.
one would use Twitter. I mean, sure, they finally get rid of the child porn problem, but at the same time, yeah, no, Twitter being controlled by the state is a slippery slope that no one would want that.
Big agriculture. That's a new one.
I mean, that's not an entirely bad claim because there are a bunch of firms that are buying up a shit ton of farmland and pushing out the more like mom and pop farmers out. That is legitimately a concern, but it also would not be solved by nationalizing the farms. If you nationalize the farms, you'll end up with like Mao or Stalin levels of
Okay.
Want open borders. We don't want, a green fascist push amongst.
We don't want open borders. Yes, but yeah, the communists. That's actually a good point. The communists are so against open borders that like countries like North Korea literally keep people from leaving their country.
well, yeah, unless you're like a rich aristocrat or visiting China or Russia for work, you aren't allowed to leave.
Not only
Yeah,
that,
so-
but like, if no, it's not, you don't even have to be rich. If you work for the government in North Korea,
Well, you have to
and
be
you
a high-ranking
gain
government
a lot of
official.
the state's trust, like what one of the people in North Korea did, I forgot his name, but he defected to the South Korean government, and he took but to make sure his family wasn't used as political pawn and prisoners, he gained so much trust in the government that he took him and his family to South Korea, and then completely said fuck the North Korean regime and completely stayed there.
Okay, that's pretty damn base.
Our people. These
Yeah.
aren't things that we support because we are average Americans as well. And the synthetic left
We are average Americans. No, you're not. You're
No.
like a
The average
fringe-
American does not want communism. Like, I think the average American just wants to be left alone and just do their own thing and be able to, do the whole grilling meme.
The average American
No.
just
You're not
wants
the average
stability.
American. You're basically a fringe group on the internet.
I'd say more
Yeah.
fringe than even, let's say, just regular old communists on Twitter. They're pretty fringe,
Like
but
they're the fringe of the fringe. Shut
hey,
up about being average
at least
American.
a few communists I'm friends with, at least they understand why MAGA communism is fucking dumb. Should I invite some of them on?
Maybe, sure.
Maybe. Oh,
this today, the Democratic Party and the so-called progressives, they're far close, though they might call themselves socialists, they're far closer aligned with, the quote-unquote national socialists in Nazi Germany than any sort of, socialism that we see unfolding of true industrialization in, say, China today or the Soviet Union. And though,
Where do I begin with this?
Okay, first of all, MAGA communism, let's break it down. MAGA is a nationalist movement, and communism is a variant of socialism. Put those two together, what do you get?
Nazbol.
Yeah,
National
Yeah,
socialism.
he basically saying that we're much the left is much closer to like national socialism, but he wants MAGA to be socialist. Make it make sense.
Like, you want a nationalist movement to become more socialist, but you're accusing your other side. What?
Yeah, plus that's not how exactly the political spectrum works, buddy.
Average Americans can have many disputes and concerns over the Soviet Union or China today. We have to recognize that these are two countries that...
Okay, wait. He's trashing China and the Soviet Union, but those are communist countries.
But you see, Phoenix, it wasn't real communism. You see, unless it succeeds, it ain't real communism. Is actually state capitalist. That way, we can blame all of our failures on capitalism.
Yeah, but aren't Tankies supposed to think that China and the Soviet Union are real communists?
Yeah,
they were
some
based.
of those parts even. Does anyone know about this psychopath named Chairman Gonzalo?
No.
Well, he was basically a terrorist who boiled babies, but some Tankies defend him just because he claims to be a Maoist.
Oh my god.
Of course, I'm oversimplifying things, but he did boil babies.
Oh fuck. Okay, anyway, let's continue.
Chose industrialization over the World Economic Forum path today that's pushing depopulation and degrowth. So,
oh god,
I don't like the
I chose industrialization of the World Economic Forum.
I don't like the WEF either, but here's the thing.
Sure, the World Economic Forum's bad, but communism's worse.
No, I wouldn't say they're fascist. I would say they're extremely technocratic and elitist, though.
Yes, their World Economic Forum is technocratic. Yeah. In fact, technocracy is the utopian ideology that we're gonna face or are facing kind of right now. It's not fascism or communism. Those are in the past. Anyway, let's continue.
We as communists want to unite with MAGA voters and finish the job of Donald Trump, which is, uprooting liberalism from America and getting the globalists out of the MAGA movement, because there's so many globalists that are trying to co-opt the MAGA movement and bring about neoconservatism in the MAGA movement. We need to do away with that. We need to do away with people like John Bolton and Mike Pompeo and make sure that this is truly a working class movement.
I agree with getting rid of John Bolton and Mike Pompeo. Oh, but I don't want to replace them with literal communists either.
Yes,
John Bolton, for all intents and purposes, should be arrested and tried aid for war crimes. But I don't want him to be replaced by, a literal communist.
Let's follow our leader, Donald Trump, who's a billionaire, a literal capitalist.
Now, Jackson, I'm going to push back just a little bit because you and I, it sounds like, agree on a whole slew of things. I despise big pharma. I despise big tech. I despise the deep state regime. But where's the differentiation here is, I would consider myself a conservative populist. And it sounds like, the views that you're espousing definitely fall in that line. So what makes you a communist specifically?
Well, first of all, communism and Marxism historically has always been conservative. It's a new era of communism in the West that claims to.
I don't necessarily disagree per
Socially
se.
conservative.
No,
Maybe
yeah,
socially
definitely. No, like
conservative,
Stalin and Mao were definitely socially conservative, especially Stalin. But they were not economically or fiscally conservative. They weren't fiscally Trump support.
they were not right-wing economically at all. Like,
No,
conservative populists are, like Trump.
no, like the whole argument that the Soviet Union was economically right wing is mostly an argument made by ANCOMs to cope.
Yeah, that's not exactly what Tanky says. Like,
No, they're the ones that think that China and North Korea are actually existing socialism, or AES for short.
yeah.
To be adherent to these liberal leftist values. So this is not true.
Liberal leftist values. Aren't you the leftist?
Yeah, like aren't communists a type of leftist? Last time I checked.
Yeah, like.
Marxism. This is Marxism funded by George Soros, and they're trying to.
Marxism funded by George Soros. Again,
What?
aren't Tanky supposed
Like,
to
also
follow
another
Marx?
thing, why are you whining about Marxism? And also another thing, Soros is just a rich liberal billionaire donor. He ain't anything special.
To take away what Marxism actually means for the American people. Marxism does.
Okay. I guess he kind of squealed himself out of that one, saying that, like, oh, it's fake Marxism and we're the real Marxists, but the American people don't want Marxism.
Also, another thing is the whole real communism hasn't been tried thing is just a huge cope.
Yeah.
Does reflect, a populist worldview. It is communism. It's common tradition. These are the things that we should be supporting. Viewing the world through the lens of dialectical materialism. And at the end of the day, it means securing a future that is worth living in. And the only way we can do that is by combating these major institutions, the monopolies, Wall Street, the City of London, and telling them that we are not for sale. You cannot own us. You cannot own our country. Our country is for us, and accelerating, productive growth in this very country. And that's something that the Democratic Party and the Rhino conservatives stand in the way of doing. They're telling us that we are going to own nothing and be happy. I mean, that's just insane. They want to govern us through debt slavery. We need to fight back against that. And that's why I think that communists who support growth, who support industrialization in the hands of workers rather than major monopolies who are stealing our, wealth from us.
Okay, okay.
Okay, Argon, I'll add you back. Let me just scroll down. There you go.
How do we respond to this?
Where do I even begin? He hasn't mentioned in plenty of things that Karl Marx said. Has he mentioned seizing the means of production? No. Has he talked about the eventual dissolution of the state? No. How do I even
unite with MAGA voters on?
So Jackson, I think the point that I disagree with here is, with the whole point, you're going to own nothing and be happy. That is the globalist goal. That also does fall under the umbrella of communism when you trace it throughout its history. I don't.
Not necessarily.
Not necessarily. I mean, communists often do the whole personal versus private property thing, but you do often forfeit a good amount of shit when you go under communism. I'm sure you might have like a few sentimental things, but because in that video they were saying that you'd rent everything, which I think is completely dumb. There's some stuff that I think doesn't make any sense to rent and makes more sense to own, like let's say a laptop or a TV or a game console.
Okay, let's continue.
Don't remember any communist regime that's actually had the workers in control of the goods and services of the country or of their nation.
American Marxism and communism is going to be based on a rich history of labor struggles within the United States. And we do have that. The globalists and the liberals are trying to erase that rich history of labor struggles from within our own borders. But we need to actually unite behind that, learn that history, and recognize that we have to take power in our own hands. communists today in America don't support the eradication of, say, private property or anything like that. What we support is
That is
Why-
just straight up false. Because
Yeah.
ask any self-proclaimed communist what their view of private property is.
Wait,
Yeah,
so
they
he's-
want to
he's like,
abolish
wait,
it. But
he's a communist that hates leftism and
support
private property.
What the fuck is this shit? Because ask, since I'm mutuals with a couple communists, long story, but they'll all tell you they want private property to eventually be abolished, but they separate it from personal property, which is the whole mud toothbrush thing. Well, I'd argue that the whole argument of what is and isn't personal property is very vague.
Yeah.
They don't
more
support private property.
Yeah.
So I think this dude's just what would I don't know.
Yeah, let's continue.
It's weird.
growth, more wealth, more businesses for the people, until we reach a
More businesses for the people. Communists don't support businesses.
Yeah, I mean, I guess worker co-ops exist, but that's more market socialism as opposed to communism, And
Yeah.
for the record, I don't actually have anything against worker co-ops. If it's completely voluntary and a couple people want to start one up,
Yeah.
go ahead.
Me
Good
too,
luck. I
but-
don't have an issue with that. However, if you want to force every business to become a co-op, that's when I have an issue.
Yeah.
point where we have economic prosperity for all. So again, the word communism has been so muddied by liberals today and by people like George Soros, because what they don't want
George
is
Soros.
communists, left-wing populists, right-wing populists uniting on common issues to fight back against the deep state. And that's why MAGA communism has been trending on Twitter for like a week now. It's absolutely insane.
No, it's trending because it's fucking stupid.
Yeah, I know.
So, like,
And it's
all
kind
of
of funny,
those,
like,
it
George
was trending
Soros is
because
trying to
it
dirty.
was half leftists mocking the idea and half right wingers saying, "Fuck you! No, we're not going to back this." No one actually like. Who do you have? The left hates you for obvious reasons, and the right hates you for obvious reasons. Who the fuck are you even trying to message towards?
Yeah, no, like I mean, like most. Well, I've heard this before. Like most Trump supporters would just think it's a psyop.
People like him love to tell people, if you don't like America, you can leave. Someone needs to tell him to move to Venezuela.
Endorsed. Absolutely endorsed. But I think he's blamed George Soros for Venezuela, to be completely honest.
You're an interesting guy, Jackson. I really enjoyed this discussion. I wish we could go on.
So
Joining me now to discuss this more.
sorry. So anyways, Addison messaged me after that and reiterated that, they were essentially pressed for time. I thought that was a lot of time. That was like an 8 minute or six or 8 minute segment there. In full, it was like 8 minutes, but my part was 6 minutes. And he reiterated, like, I'd love to have you on again for an extended conversation. So clearly all of the leftists and liberals who were freaking out saying things like, Jackson, you can't break through to MAGA. You can't break through. Your messaging won't break through. Oh, but it is. It's already happening.
Ask
No.
any Republican what they think of communism, and they'll tell you.
No,
They'll probably respond with some variation of either better dead than red, death is a preferable alternative to communism, or the Democrats are communists and I hate them.
Like, the thing is that, like, they want you on not because they're interested. They're interested in
there
your
to laugh at
stupidity.
you. It's kind of like, has anyone else seen Joker? It's kind of like the same reason in Murray invited the Joker onto his show. It was to mock him. It wasn't to promote him or give him a platform.
Yeah.
I know the
most-
Joker movies kind of become a bit oversaturated in the last 3 years, but I think it's a good film.
Yeah. Well, I think like I asked a server that I know that it's like mostly Trump leaning, and I asked them what MAGA communism is, and they said it was a Democrat psyop, which in their situation I would blame them for it.
I don't necessarily disagree with the idea of it being a Democrat psyop, to tell you the truth. But
and like over a quarter of my own audience is MAGA. So this is already happening. And it's not about MAGA. It's not about communists. It's about, again, the populace uniting to overcome the ruling elite. That's what it's all about. It's about highlighting the contradictions between the oligarchical ruling class, the globalists, who are trying to push their socio-cultural and economic views on the masses, and fighting back against that and challenging that system for true sovereignty of the working class, true sovereignty of our own country in the face of what they're pushing. And
True sovereignty of the People's Workers' Party that doesn't actually represent working people.
another thing is, he said it doesn't have anything to do with MAGA or communism. It's about populism. So why are you calling it MAGA communism then?
Yeah, good question.
Yeah.
and of course, the economic prosperity of our people. So, look, for anyone who says that can't happen, it already is happening. This is proof of that. We're breaking through the matrix right now that's trying to keep us bound up in these, artificial, manufactured, partisan lines that don't exist in the real world. And we're exposing the
Sure, people are heavily polarized right now, but people don't support communism.
And especially not this MAGA communism thing, which people have compared. Well, a lot of my leftist mutuals think it's Strasserism or just made up fascism, while most Republicans think it's either a psyop, dumb, or
hypocrisy of the claims that, the left and the right can't get together. There is no left and right. People aren't they're not made out of cookie cutters. People have complex views. People have heterodoxical views. People want to have a better life for themselves. They want to have a better life for their neighbors. They want their country to be lifted from its knees. And that's exactly what Russia's achieving right now. That's exactly what China's achieving right now. And
He's praising Russia and China.
Yeah.
oh yeah. Actually, Russia's a bit more, but Republicans, especially MAGA Republicans, hate China. Remember the nickname Beijing Biden?
Yeah.
Russia is not a communist country. China is a communist country, okay? But we can actually look at the things that they've been able to do here. We can also look and reflect the popular sentiments in this country, understand that, and fight for a better future. That's what we're doing when we fight back against these insane narratives that, we can't unite the left and right. We can't unite. There is no left and right. I refuse to buy the notion that there's a left and right in this country. If there's a left and right in this country, tell me, explain it to me, because I don't see it. We just had on Alex Stein, who is, right-leaning, but if you look down issue by issue, he's going to have some heterodoxical views. He's going to have a lot of questions for, top right-wing personalities and be distrustful. Look, there's no such thing as perfectly right, perfectly left. I think I just talked to one of the most right-wing conservative people I know last week at this football game I was at. And he's like, Jackson, he was saying some of them way more right wing, way more conservative than I've heard from most people I've ever talked to in my life. And he's like, but when it comes to abortion, when it comes to guns, he's like, I'm kind of a pussy. I'm not that right wing. And I'm like, there's no such thing as a cookie cutter right winger or left winger. There is top and bottom, and when I say there's top and bottom, you really break it down and think about it.
Okay, well, I think what his point is basically is that the left and right don't exist because there's nuances with people. But the thing is that there technically is a right and left, but it's just a spectrum.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say it'd be, I'd say just having everything on just one axis is dumb. So, I mean, there's the whole libertarian versus authoritarian divide,
there is a left and a right, but the thing is that it's just a spectrum. It's not it's not hard right versus hard left necessarily.
When I say top and bottom, I'm talking about top 1/10 of 1%, top, tippy top. Okay, I'm talking about the bankers. I'm talking about City of London.
Tax the 1%.
I'm talking about Bill Gates controlling big agriculture. I'm talking about big pharma. I'm talking about I'm talking about the 6 companies that synthesize all mass media in the United States, and they MK Ultra all of us into believing these lies that they tell us. I'm talking about the World Economic Forum. I'm talking about NATO. This is who I'm talking about. I'm not talking about the guy that's making $200,000 that lives in a mansion in Ann Arbor, Michigan, or Brentwood, Tennessee, Nashville, Tennessee. I'm talking about the top 0.1%, the people who control the dynamics of life on Earth as we know it. That is who we have to fight against. And this is proof that it can happen.
That's not communism.
Like, all he's describing is just blanket populism.
Thanks for watching that episode of The Dive.
What he was describing was essentially blanket populism for the most part. Did he ever mention
Yeah.
cheap means of production, eventually dissolving the state, or a
No.
like? I'm obviously not a communist, but I understand communism more than him.
Maybe we should
Well,
look in the
also I'd say it's
comments.
actually worthwhile for leftists to understand what the fuck that is, but also I think right wingers should learn what communism actually means so they can attack it more effectively rather than just saying this is communism, this is communism. You know what I mean?
Yeah, okay, let's see
Yeah.
the comments.
Well, I actually am a communist. Russia's not a communist country, but a socialist country. That is objective.
No.
Hey, can
The
we
left
look
and
at the
right
MAGA
have-nots fighting to the death for inanimate objects other people own us all with, whatever. Let's just be perfectly truthful. The people of both wings can embrace that. Patriotic education only happened. Grade school was patriotic education. I thought Native Americans were our partners after my patriotic education in grade school. Communism don't want to abolish private property. FFS, actually read Marx. Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, like
Jackson is the most capitalist person I ever met. Addison was right on the money. I can say I'm Maxwell Bunny from Andromeda Galaxy, but I've taken an opportunity to make money, expanding it to its maximum potential. I'm a capitalist, even if both my followers aren't. Well, I actually am a communist. This is why I rock with this kid. What? There's more that unites us than divides us. The elite's greatest fear.
I don't necessarily disagree with the sentiment, but I wouldn't unite fucking communists with MAGA, you know?
Yeah. Great piece, Jackson. I'm with you more and more every day with your viewpoints. The establishment is constantly labeling people that don't fit with their narrative.
Also, another thing is, are you boiling water or something right now?
Who, me?
Yeah.
No, why?
And it kind of just sounds like a kettle's going on.
Hey, can we look at the MAGA Communism platform that was posted on Twitter now?
Okay.
Yes.
Oh shit! What happened? Okay. Share screen. Oh no, that's not it. Oh wait, I gotta pull it up. Duh.
Yeah, no, Nebraska.
Okay, let's look more into this guy.
Jackson Hinkle. Like, the worst part is there are a couple things I agree with him on. He just said, as in the worst way possible, you know?
Yeah, me too.
Like, of course I oppose the WEF. Of course. All right, let's go. Okay, reindustrialization of America. The worst part is there are a couple of these planks I actually agree on. Like, destroy duopoly, I'd agree with that. I'd lower taxes, definitely. Remove red tape, but that's just standard conservatism. Patriotic education, that's just straight boomer con. Leave NATO, okay, I can see that. And foreign interventionism, I'd agree. And globalist imperialism, I'd agree.
Restore Soros, Klaus Schwab, Bill Gates, Fossey, all of Epstein Associates based.
But here's the thing: if you arrest all Epstein and associates, do you know who would be included in that list?
Trump.
Exactly.
Deport Bush family, Clinton family.
Okay, I agree with that. Also, and the Fed is something I'd agree with because fuck the Fed.
Yeah.
Let's see. Banking in the hands of the people. Okay, and economic bill of rights. Okay, that's kind of leftist. I wouldn't say full on communist, but definitely somewhat socialist. Land reform. I could see that being a issue. Pardon Assange and Stone. I'd agree. Pardon 1/6 protesters. I'd say no, because honestly, they're just a bunch of dumb boomers. Imprison
Yeah.
opioid and fentanyl networks. I disagree.
Ban
but
Antifa. Okay, what
Ban
happened?
Antifa. I like
Yeah,
how
this
this is
makes
a
sense.
mix of like somewhat leftist populist ideas, a couple that are vaguely libertarian, and then just straight up boomer con shit.
Yeah. Okay. What should we react to next? Like, maybe we can react.
We should just see we should just click on hashtag MAGA communism and see what shows up.
Okay. Yeah. Let's see. Okay. Let's see.
Also, should we do a sequel episode on Ron Paul Maoism?
Not really seeing anything about MAGA communism.
No, I mean on Twitter.
Oh.
Like just a hashtag MAGA communism.
Okay. Yeah. Hang on. Let me pull that real quick. Daily MAGA Communist post 1, day 6. Saw some people post this. It goes hard. Look at me on the communist now.
I mean,
Whatever.
they both wear red, I guess.
Leftism is an ugly ideology and reflects the faces of those that follow it. MAGA communism opposes leftism. We view Antifa as the black shirts of the democratic elite. Antifa will be treated like domestic terrorists. Oh, God.
No, wait, this is a Maoist, like a legit Maoist. See the red book emoji?
Oh.
Okay, no, the red book emoji usually connotes Maoism. Also, MAGA communism opposes leftism. What the fuck do you think communism is? Is it a leftist ideology or a right-wing ideology?
MAGA communism embraces patriotism, traditionalism, and the strong family values that have been attacked by the woke left.
What? Strong family. Want to know what happens to families in communist regimes again?
Why do they have like a fucking temperature map as like their symbol?
Wait, also, can you go up a bit? There's one thing I got. Like, just MAGA communism opposes leftism. That's just one of the dumbest things possible to say, because also leftism is an ugly ideology and you call yourself a Marxist-Leninist.
Yeah. Well, okay. The temperature
Wow,
thing
MAGA
is
communism is being censored on Google. Shut up.
the temperature thing is the
Okay, actually, that's kind of okay. That's I don't like Stone Talks, but that's legitimately funny. Oh, this seems like a
This flip just saw that
MAGA
hashtag
communism is
used.
different than National Socialism, and we know how that turned out.
I mean, if you break down the terms MAGA communism, MAGA is a nationalist movement, and communism is a form of socialism. What do you get?
Only MAGA communism can defeat the deep state. Oh, God.
Shit. Also, I like how you have a hop in and then I believe a Prague and then just big mode in your who to follow list.
Oh.
Big mode's basically this new indie publishing studio run by Donkey, who's a YouTuber.
Yeah. Hey,
All of this happened under Democratic leadership. You should resign. Hashtag MAGA communism.
Russia flag in bio and name. I mean,
yeah.
Infrared
I
showrunner.
have something
Hashtag
to
MAGA
say.
communism.
yeah.
Wait. Go down. It's Oh yeah. No one tell him about Trump's connection to Epstein either, or the fact that he did absolutely nothing to bust Epstein for
Marxist
years.
Leninist, Christian, American patriot, USSR 2.0, Russia flag, China flag, US flag, North Korea flag, Iran flag, Z, anti-globalist, Trump 2024.
Wait, why Shu follow him?
Oh God,
Probably out of irony. But also another thing is Marxist Leninism was state-sanctioned atheist.
What? MAGA communism is the worst, it's the most truthful hashtag I've ever seen in a while. Donald Trump aspires to be a communist the way Stalin, Mao, Castro, Kim, and Xi are communists.
No. How is Trump? I mean, I jokingly call Trump a communist.
Oh yeah. Hey, the temperature thing in that guy's profile picture is Infrared's YouTube cover. Or Haz's. It's Haz's YouTube profile picture.
MAGA communism is united all the right people and triggering all the right people. People from the left, right, and center who still believe in America, who still have faith in the people all coming together to start something powerful. And the silent majority is speaking. No!
Also, another thing is, I like how every time Republicans use this term silent majority when they're pretty fucking loud. Like, yeah, we see ya. I receive you.
Let's finish what 1776 started.
Oh, yeah. No one tell them what the ideology of the founding fathers was. It was classical liberalism. Did they often fall short of their ideals? Sure. But they were, at least in ideals, classical liberals.
Leftists hate MAGA communism because it threatens to make their precious theory popular and no longer behind an army of gatekeepers. MAGA is communism, and the leftists are shitting their pants at the possibility. Anything outside the unipolar spectrum, they decree fascism.
And now it's an actual communist whining about.
Who said it? Jackson Hinkle or Adolf Hitler? Our philosophy, unlike Marxism, does not repudiate private property. Unlike Marxism, it involves no negation of personality. And unlike Marxism, it is patriotic. Oh God.
That was Hitler because Hinkle used Marxism that way. Hitler viewed it as like he viewed himself as a third way socialist. He viewed him as like a non-Marxist socialist.
Like how? Well, like one thing is I don't get is how they're proud of like America's accomplishments when.
Click on the fourth picture. Guess what that picture's of? The space race against the communist Soviet Union. Like,
yeah,
this was a victory for capitalism and the free market. It was not a communist victory. What?
Yeah.
Okay, that's actually kind of funny.
well, I guess the moon landing was just a U.S. victory against the Soviets.
No. It was used using CGI, despite the fact that CGI wasn't very advanced back in the 60s and was still pretty shitty in the 80s.
Yeah. No. The thing is that, I think the moon landing was essentially a U.S. victory against the Russians. Like hard to say. It's not even really an economic system thing. Well, actually it is in a way, but capitalism versus communism.
So wait, synthwave Trump talked about the single worst mistake in our country was ever going to the Middle East.
I don't disagree with that. But here's the thing. He also escalated tensions in Iran and didn't really do much to get us out in time. It was Biden who got us out of Afghanistan, even if it was a pretty shitty pullout.
Yeah. Oh God. The Washington swamp got trained by Allied forces. Oh God.
Oh yeah. No one told them about the Molotov ribbon.
Ribbentrop Pact.
Yeah, that one.
Communism means lowering taxes.
Lowering. Okay, no one tell them how taxes work in socialism.
Protecting
Well, actually,
families.
I mean, technically,
Reviving traditions. Reindustrialization. Pro-energy oil, etc.
well, actually, I think in a sense, communism, in a sense, it kind of does. Like, I don't think communism necessarily had to get back to the different means of production.
You're
Like,
breaking up.
communist society can theoretically have low taxes.
I mean, think about it. If everyone has no money, then you don't pay any
Yeah.
taxes.
Yeah.
Oh. Wait, Haas actually made like a really long ass video on MAGA communism, but it's like
We-
2 hours long. We ain't gonna comment on that. If
Yeah,
you
I
guys
know,
want
but,
to do a video on that in your own time, go ahead. I just don't have the stamina to do something that long.
Yeah, I know.
Maybe we can do one of
Me
Haas's shorter videos, maybe.
Maybe.
Like, actually, let me, let's, okay, which one of these videos should we respond to?
Wait, infra. Oh yeah, it's around to infrared.
Oh well, yeah.
Maybe
China's social credit system, the truth, socialist patriotism, America versus America, Stalin, what they don't teach you in school. Foch knows nothing about socialism. The meaning of socialism in 2021.
Wait, proving leftism is fascism 2.0 and then praising Stalin? What?
Yeah, that makes no sense. Which one should we react to? Pick one.
The tanky destroys Vosh.
Okay.
It sounds funny, honestly.
Okay, I understand and wish to proceed. Damn it. Is this Haas?
Yeah, another thing is Vosh is pretty shit too, so when we're trashing Haas in this video, we're not going after him just because he attacked Vosh. Vosh is...
Yes.
Yeah, Vosh is a piece of shit too, but yeah, we're not... Yeah, we're not. It's not an endorsement of Vosh. That's all we're gonna say.
Hello.
Yo, what's up?
Okay, Vosh, what's up? What's up? See, before we get into anything, I want to say, why don't we begin this by being respectful? Let's begin this being respectful. Infrared will show respect to people who show us respect. We can have a nice, civil, constructive, respectful conversation. What do you think about that, my friend?
Okay, I agree to those terms, but only after an initial period of disrespect, which I'll begin by saying,
but you won't win. But you won't win that fight. You don't want to do that fight. You don't want to do that fight.
My Reddit and my chat debate infrared. What are you doing? Why are you spamming me?
I am not spamming you. That is the power of infrared's chat, my friend. We are so powerful right now.
What is he doing? He's being more dumber than Vosh.
How is it even possible to be dumber than, Vosh the horse fucker?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, by the way, Vosh is a horse fucker. Yeah, you can quote me on that. I have nothing against calling him a horse fucker.
Right now, you have 8K viewers and I have 100 viewers, and our chat is more high energy than your chat. I'm sorry to say, man, I can't control them. They're crazy, out of control. We're wild, bro. We're growing so fast, and we are the future of the left on YouTube. I'm sorry to tell you.
And I'm out of control bridging, so it's, it fits. That power, that energy, we're matching it. All right, let's do it. Hit me with your best arguments. You a tanky? That's what people say.
I'm 100% Tanky,
feels like an
100%
anime.
Stalinist, 100% Maoist, Marxism, Leninism in the age of multipolarity and the post-COVID world.
Okay, hit me up. What? I assume you're familiar with some of my arguments.
I am familiar with some of your arguments. So let's see, where do we want to begin? Let me paint a broad brush and let's capture a bunch of arguments in one argument. Your view of liberalism, which is also bundled up with your view of American unipolarity, your slander and demonization of Russia as a fascist power, your defense of American unipolar liberal world order against the specter of fascism. And then we can bridge that to your views on the Capitol Hill riots, your endorsement for voting for Biden. That kind of, I want to weave these threads together. And
just to add, I don't think Russia's fascist, but they are definitely very right-wing authoritarian.
Yeah, another thing is endorsing Biden is cringe and soy regardless.
Yeah, that's on
so we
Bosch,
down
yeah.
on that, but like this meme is just, you know, that picture where it's just like two dumbasses fighting? That's this video.
Yeah.
we want to
Together, synthesize.
What's that?
Synthesize. Bring it all together.
Exactly.
Engage in the dialectic. Take these differing perspectives. Unify them. What do we got?
Precisely. Okay.
Cool.
So as I'm familiar with your argument, okay, this is how I'm going to sum it up. Basically, your idea is that it's an arithmetic, right? Liberalism is greater than fascism, better than fascism. Then, therefore, socialists or communists should be pro-liberal against the fascists. Basically, that's your argument, right?
Yeah, I don't think that it's worthwhile to attack liberalism if the outcome of that attack would be a descent into fascism. I think that you need to ensure that your critiques of liberalism lead you to a better place, not a worse.
Okay. Are you familiar with Hegel's master-slave dialectic?
I am familiar with Hegel's master-slave dialectic.
Okay, so you know it's a battle for recognition. What is the battle for recognition? What is its linchpin? It's a fight to see who is willing to die, right?
Sure.
Two people go at it. Whoever's proving they have more balls, they're more willing to die. Basically, they win out. They become the master, right?
I'm not entirely sure if that's a faithful interpretation of the Hegelian.
Wait, what's going on here?
First of all, yeah, liberalism. If he's referring to neoliberalism and saying it's preferable to fascism, I'd agree. Fascism is obviously worse. Neoliberalism is still cringe, but obviously being fascist is worse. But at the same time, I wouldn't go as far as say defending liberalism should be a goal of lefties. You know?
Yeah.
Our concept, but well, so
It's a
where
fight to
does
the
your
death, right?
What?
Fight to the death, right?
Sure.
It's about a fight for the death, proving your life. It's the fight to the death to prove your life. That's the master-slave dialectic.
Let's allegorical. What are we?
I'm telling you, politics is the same shit. You have some type of order. You have the state. You have the status quo. Whoever is willing to risk its death with the most courage and with an alternative vision, when you're willing, if you're not willing to risk the death of the liberal order, then you prove your weakness. And then like Bernie did, then the fascists are going to come and devour you, like how you're saying. But I even object to the view that Trump is a fascist and that there is really a looming specter of fascism that's coming from the right-wing populace.
Interesting. It's crazy how Tankies tend to be like the most pro-fascist people that you'll find outside of fascism.
I said he wasn't a fascist. I said I don't agree he's a fascist, actually. You seem to be supporting the Ukrainian fascists and Alexei Navalny, who was close.
Oh, God.
Well, yes, the Azov Battalion is a neo-Nazi militia, but the thing is, Russia also has neo-Nazi militias in its military. Have you heard of the Wagner Group? So, ironically enough, I think the best way we could describe the Azov versus the Wagner conflict is literally bad people on both sides. Like, there's obviously not everyone in the Ukrainian armed forces is a Nazi, but the fact they're allowing the Azovs in is bad. And also the fact Russia is allowing the Wagner Group to be in it is also bad.
Yeah. Well, like, how could you blame like countries for inviting like, people to fight for them, even if they are like bad people? It doesn't necessarily mean
No,
they
like
agree with
no,
them.
because they were straight up allowed. They were accepted into the armed forces as a regiment. In the case of
I don't
the
really. It's like I don't agree with the Azov battalion, but like they are fighting for their own country. Well, same thing with Russia too, because they're in a war. It isn't like just because they invite people to fight for their country doesn't mean they endorse their views.
Opposed to being a Russian ethno-fascist, and you called him a fucking civic nationalist. Why is Navalny a civic nationalist, but everyone else is a fascist? Can you answer that question?
Well, fascists are fascists.
But why is Navalny a civic nationalist, but Trump is a fascist? None of them call themselves fascists, according to you. Navalny made a video comparing Muslims. He compared Muslims to cockroaches who should be exterminated,
What?
and you called him a civic nationalist.
Wait,
Why is he
hold
a
on.
civic nationalist?
Why would a fascist call themselves a fascist? Wouldn't that kind of give the
So
game
why?
away a
Okay,
little
do you
bit?
think Navalny's a fascist?
I think that Navalny has some very bad tendencies.
Is he a
but I think on
fascist?
the whole, he's better than Putin. I don't
Well,
think
okay,
he's a fascist.
wait. Putin, for all his problems and his social conservatism or whatever, which is what you're aiming at, Putin is not a racist. Navalny's a fucking racist.
Okay. hold
Wait,
on.
what?
Wait. Putin actually. Wait. What are Putin's racial views? Actually, I'm not very familiar with.
I'm not really sure, but like I've definitely heard of like Russia, like disproportionately bringing in minority groups to fight for their war.
Yeah, but I think even
But, like,
racists would
that
be
doesn't
okay with like
necessarily-
other races fighting.
No, but there's this running joke.
No. Like it's not necessarily race. It's not necessarily racist. It's just out of convenience. But like if I've seen casualty ratios that like disproportionately impact ethnic minorities in Russia. That that they're using them like as like the cannon fodder and whatever. That's the point I'm trying to make.
Yeah, but here's the thing: is that like he's saying, "Oh, Putin's not a racist, but Navalny's a racist." But like, it's okay. So you're trying to trash Navalny, but lift up Putin?
Wait, what even are does anyone know about Putin's racial views? Actually, I'm not very familiar with it either way.
Yeah,
He could
because like
very well
okay,
be
like so Tankies supporting Putin basically like that's dumb, but at least it kind of makes sense compared to like at least to MAGA communism.
Yeah, I mean it kind of does. That makes like I don't know. It is weird because Putin is very reactionary, from what I've heard, but like, at least it kind of makes sense because like Russia is like the remnants of the former USSR, so in a way it does make sense. And also considering that like Russia is strategically allied to China, which is kind of sort of communist.
Yeah. So anyway, let's continue.
Let's wait. I don't even care to get into this. Do you want to roll back to like the substantial argument you have against what we were talking about?
Yeah, it all goes back to the same thing. You're picking and choosing what is or isn't fascism, and based on that, you're shilling for the liberal status quo, which is actually historically speaking, liberals, English liberal elites, are the ones who funded fascism. It was their pet fucking project. The real enemy of
what?
You know, it makes what's bad when, and I slightly feel bad for Vosh in this scenario. No,
yeah,
like I still hate. Wait a second. Wait, Vosh is playing blood.
I don't think it's particularly wrong.
Wait, it's a Bloodborne stream as well.
I don't think he's particularly wrong. Oh God. I don't think he's particularly wrong that there are a lot of liberal elites that did support fascism pre-World War II.
They're not wrong about that, but would I say liberalism is inherently fascist? No.
No, definitely not. It's just that like fascism really didn't have the bad name that it did post-World War II, pre-World War II. It's just all it is. Fascism gained a bad name because of World War II.
Communism has always been the liberal elites and the liberal world order.
Give me a definition of fascism, okay?
No, see, here's the thing with BreadTube. They see, we have a meme among our infrared people. We call your definition mongering the reduction of the meaning of words to more strings of words, the Anglo box. You think the meaning of words is premised by something someone wrote somewhere?
Defining a concept.
What is fascism as a historical phenomena? What historically has that word referred to in concrete terms?
I think you're
That's the question.
Don't ask me to define fascism, though. I think you're a fascist.
Why do you?
Oh God. Josh, no.
Vosh. Also, another thing is, shit. I hate the fact I share a favorite game with him.
Okay. Like, I think Haas is trying to make at least a good point on just specifically this on like, and then Vosh just proved his point saying, "I think you're a fascist."
Yeah, which is like.
I mean, I don't necessarily think it's entirely inaccurate, but
people like it's like people confuse. They make fascism into basic bitch authoritarianism to like try to like put it in fascism so it sounds worse.
Yeah.
like,
I think I'm a fascist. You don't even know who I am. You've never even heard of infrared, and you're calling me a fascist?
How do I need to know who you are? If words don't need to have definitions, then just tell me who you are. That's
No. Words have sense. Words have meaning, but that meaning in that sense is not reducible to some formalistic, preemptive string of words that's written in a stone tablet somewhere. That's a ridiculous reduction of human meaning to fucking dictionaries. Dude, where do you think people writing the dictionaries get the fucking words from that they're defining the words from? They get it from actual reality. If you're going to reduce the meaning of words to another string of words, then guess what? There's no meaning to words at all. Everything's just self-referential. There has to be a bit of actual reality to give meaning to the fucking words. And let me tell you something else, Vosh. Let me tell you something else, Vosh, by the way. If what you're actually asking,
but you're taking it to a whole nother level. You're like
listen, I think Haas, he's like, he's yelling, like he's not even letting Vosh talk. Like, oh my God.
No, but honestly,
it
would have been a lot better if they were just a. Honestly, I'd rather be trapped in the hunter's dream for eternity rather than listen to these guys yell for an hour.
You guys want to see more stupidity? Go see the Haas Kevin Castley debate. Yeah,
honestly, I don't think I have. Honestly,
let's do that another time. Okay. Yeah.
If what you are asking, if what you are asking is for me to simplify what I think fascism is, that's fine. But I'm not going to give you a definition that's going to hold for every possible context and every possible scenario. I think there's no fucking such thing. But if you want me to sum it up, I'll say this: fascism is a historical phenomena that was that emerged in the 20s and 30s, a period that was an objective social revolution in the forces of production and in politics. You had the New Deal, you had the British welfare state, you had the social democracy, and then you had Soviet communism. All of these were united by the fact that there was some kind of objective social revolution defining the era. Fascism was specifically fascism. This is how it sum up fascism. Ready? Fascism is liberalism. Fascism is liberalism as it enters into a contradiction with itself.
What?
No. Here's what fascism is, according to, I don't know, Benito Mussolini. All in the state, everything within the state, nothing against the state. That's what it is. It's when the state controls everything.
Yeah,
and everything.
He completely lost me there. Like, fascism is liberalism.
No! Like, is neoliberalism riddled with plenty of flaws I can dissect for hours? Abso-fucking-lutely.
Hey, guys, can I interrupt by mentioning one thing? I know this is very out of topic, but
no, stay on topic. If you have something to say, wait until the end of the stream.
Okay, whatever. I'll just share it in a group chat. You guys see it later, I guess.
Okay.
Fascism is the psychosis of liberalism. The psychosis of liberalism. The liberal order of the 19th century and liberal democracy objectively collapsed in this period of the 20s and the 30s. right?
So what is a fascist government like? Like, give me some characteristics.
You just look at the example of most of these things are on the surface, Vosh. Nazi Germany called itself fascist, so did Italy. So it's kind of something on the surface. Look at those governments.
Characteristics. Like, give me like some characteristics. Like, what I'm looking at a fascist government. What does it look like? Paint a picture for me.
So Nazi Germany and Italy. You want me to paint a picture of those governments?
Well, no, not just those two, but fascism in general.
Well, you're trying to create an abstraction that doesn't actually exist in reality, but it's some kind of something that exists in thin air. Listen.
Wait, is he saying okay? So Nazi Germany and Italy is fascist, but he also defines fascism as liberalism.
No, like
what's he trying to say that they're liberal?
No, because here's the thing: Nazi Germany and fascist Italy were both rejections of liberal ideas.
Your idealism, Vosh, you're an idealist. You believe that there's some abstract criterion of it's an eternal platonic idea or some shit that's actually manifesting itself in reality.
Are you aware of what any of the words you're using mean?
Yes, I am. Call my bluff. Call my bluff, Vosh. Vosh, unlike Vosh, listen, Vosh.
Both of you do not understand what fascism is.
Like, it's not like there's someone named Giovanni Gentile that literally wrote the book on it.
Yeah, these
also,
two are not understanding what fascism is.
People know who Giovanni Gentile was and how influential he actually was, despite, not. I hate the fact that I got introduced to him by a PragerU video.
These are just two idiots.
I don't think we need to finish this whole video because we get the point.
No. Let's finish it and then we can end it.
All right.
Vosh, unlike you, Vosh, listen, Vosh, unlike you, I know what I'm talking about. I don't actually grift for socialism and shit. I've been researching this shit for almost a decade. I know what I'm talking about when I talk about Marxism and all these fucking topics. You don't.
I don't mind yelling. It has to be back and forth. It can't just be one way or it's not fun.
Okay.
It has to be back. We'll wait for a bit. I think you stopped talking. Okay, you here, dude?
I'm here.
Okay, cool. So, I've unmuted you. So, this is only fun for me if it's like a little back and forth. I'll give you like 70-30. You can take the 70, but I got to get at least 30.
Okay, have your 30. What's your 30? Tell me your 30.
Yeah, okay. I was just going to ask a couple of questions. I'm a question asker. So, first of all, my question is, and this is important, do you have any idea what any of these words mean? Because saying that I'm trying to invoke an abstraction by asking you for concrete definitions of what's
so concrete about it?
Is the opposite of an abstraction.
Tell me what's so concrete about this definition you're asking for. There's nothing concrete about it. You're not asking me to locate something in actual reality. You're asking me to locate a string of words that applies to every single circumstance in every possible fucking way. Listen, Voss, let me tell you something. Isn't it kind of curious that Voss, for example, isn't it kind of curious that if you define fascism preemptively in the way you're saying, you can fucking apply it to the Soviet Union, to China, to North Korea, to communist states as well? What?
That is kind of curious, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It is. You want to know why? You want to know why? Because you're prejudiced by Anglo-Saxon liberalism, according to which everything.
Oh my God. They're both fucking stupid.
Outside of liberalism equals fascism. That's why you call every non-Western, every non-Anglo-Saxon white person a fucking fascist.
What?
You called me a fascist. You called me a fascist, Voss. You could detect in my fucking voice I'm an Arab, and you called me a fascist because you're a fucking racist. You're a Western chauvinist, right?
What?
They're so fucking stupid. Oh my God.
I mean, Fox has a tendency to over-exaggerate has a tendency to call people fascists that aren't, but like, Jesus, I don't think he thinks like that.
No, it's what's bad when you at least slightly feel bad for Vosh.
Yeah.
No, I don't see race. I just assumed that
you don't. But you believe in American unipolar imperialism and the American boot that's down on the fucking necks of the peoples of the world in the name of defending against fascism. And you accuse the forces of world anti-imperialism of being fascist, and you slander them on this basis. What a despicable thing, Vosh.
Are
How
you
disappointing.
engaging in liberal identity politics right now? Hey, you said that. Hold on, wait. I'm getting it now. You said that liberalism is when it meets a contradiction.
Yes.
Passion.
Yes.
And
do I need
you-
liberalism?
Leaving it
So,
American
so according to you,
I need to mute you because I'm on a brain blast right now. So you said that you are not a liberal, but you're engaging in liberal identity politics. So there's a contradiction there. So you're a liberal engaging in a contradiction. You're a fascist, bro. Now I know.
okay. Hey, guess what? Guess what?
Definition through showing, not telling.
Hey, guess
I
what,
appreciate-
dumbass? Vosh, you muted me because you know I'm gonna demolish you when you
No, it's
unmute
because
me.
I wanted to preserve.
Am
the
I
structure
unmuted?
of the show.
Am I
You're gonna
unmuted?
interrupt-
Am I
You're not
unmuted?
muted.
Am I
You're not
unmuted?
muted. You're unmuted. but
Okay,
you've got
I'm
to-
unmuted. Let me respond to that, Vosh. First of all, the idea that you need to be a liberal to recognize Anglo-Saxon chauvinism and white supremacy is a joke. It's almost quite the contrary, actually. Oftentimes, what you're calling liberal identity politics is actually a vehicle for Anglo-Saxon chauvinism and white supremacy to disguise itself in opportunity.
Oh my god! At least Jackson Hinkle was
At least Jackson Hinkle was cordial when talking about MAGA
Yeah,
communism.
this guy did.
No, because he was
Anything
cordial
fun
and at
is
least
like-
let the interviewer say
Yeah,
what he wanted to say.
Yeah, no, I know. It's like, well, I think Hazel constantly, I don't know. He like constantly interrupts people all the time in debates. Like Jesus Christ, like it is God. This guy.
Also, another thing is, if we eventually wake up and see Haas whining about this, well, this to Haas directly: eat my entire ass and get fucked. Young man wants to be added.
Wait, no, do it.
Hello,
Thank you.
It'd be interesting.
Hey, I'm just finishing my walk. So if you hear any birds, you know why.
Communism.
We're watching a debate between Vosh and Haas is so bad that we're feeling kind of bad for Vosh.
Yeah, like this guy.
Horse fuck
Okay,
at the beginning of it.
I really thought of this. Like, Haas debates as if in a Hoi 4 lobby. Like, honestly, like the way he just constantly interrupts people, it kind of reminds me of that. It reminds me of people in a Hoi 4 lobby and they're constantly interrupting each other. He's literally the same shit. This guy debates as if in a Hoi 4 lobby.
Opportunistic terms. Second of all, this is my fucking
Are you still
issue
with her?
This is my issue with your definition mongering, Vosh. And you know, when you let me speak, I'm going to beat you. You are demolished. You are wrecked. I am beating you right now. Chat, witness the downfall of your Titan. Infrared is rising. It's an objective fact. Let's continue. Let's continue. I told you fascism is liberalism psychosis. And you said this must be an alternative. Every time there's any type of possible what I qualify as a contradiction, that must mean that you're a fact. You're trying to see, this is how you fucking breadtube Destiny fucking B-tier Destiny fucking YouTubers and content creators. You just copied off of Destiny's fucking style.
A for big dick.
Is he defending Destiny?
Well, honestly, I don't know how I feel about Destiny because all his views are all over the place, and also you got.
He's not defending Destiny. He's simply just showing the fact that Vosh actually did came to flame. I'm not flame by because Vosh used to be one of Destiny's I won't say fanboy. I mean, not fanboy, but Vosh before he created his own content. He used to watch a lot of Destiny, used to talk with Destiny, and arguably Vosh's whole internet presence was created because of Destiny. Same thing with Hassan. They both used to watch a lot of Destiny, and they were grown through Destiny's fan base and content. And after they outgrow Destiny, they kind of just establish themselves as a Diet Destiny copycat, even though I won't even say that because Destiny
yeah, that's kind of how it worked.
Well, I think Destiny's
but
shifting
even
to the right
then,
now.
wait. Even then, Destiny doesn't like. I'm sorry, I'm so sick, but even then, Destiny himself, I won't even call any of these idiots Destiny clones because Destiny's just unique in its own right. I don't like Destiny in terms of politics half the time, and I'll politically align with him. But
Okay,
he's way better than any of these idiots. That's what I'll say.
Listen. Destiny's whole fucking axiomatic, systemic, whatever fucking thing, you're trying to make that compatible with socialism. Destiny is actually right when he's debating all of you fucking people. He's actually the consistent one. You're trying to mingle in Marxism and socialism, all this kind of shit with.
He is
Okay,
defending Destiny.
he's not wrong about Vosh when he.
Yeah, but he's right.
Marxism
He
and
doesn't
socialism.
have to defend Destiny for him to have his points be minute. As retarded as his points may be, everything he's saying about Destiny is objectively fact.
That and Destiny's just the more fucking consistent one. That's why he wrecks all of you breadtube people in fucking debates. Whenever I watch a debate between you guys and Destiny's always won. Can you?
Am I right or wrong? Or is the English language derivative of Eurocentric colonialism? Is this motherfucker speaking English at me right now? Is that unironic?
See, Vosh. This is the fucking point, Vosh. The reason you defend child pornography is because you don't understand you don't understand that.
I think it's important to point out that that Vosh just called the entire English language inherently racist. You guys
that one jab
guys
actually, it does have merit to it.
Yeah.
They're both stupid, like I said.
But are you guys not paying attention to the fact he just called the entire fucking English language?
Yeah, I'm very well aware that he called the entire English language racist.
Good, I'm just making
they're both
sure.
hating on Anglo-Saxons, dude. So
I'm just making sure this thing actually fucking works.
That meaning can't be reducible in this robotic, mechanical fucking way to more strings of words. So based on this abstract robotic arithmetic of yours, you found equivalences to lead to the conclusion that actually there's nothing wrong with holding child pornography because you know what? You're actually having computers from the middle of Central Africa. Therefore, I can say a sociopathic, completely antisocial, fucking anti-human thing. And it fucking all works out. Is that what meaning means to you? Is that what meaning means to you? You lost, Vosh. You lost. It's a wrap. I won Vosh's chat. I just beat your fucking daddy. How does it feel? How does it feel?
The guy's fucking maulding a little bit.
you didn't win. You fucking didn't even have a debate. Like, God.
No. You just rightly called Vosh out on his really dumb take comparing owning an iMac to owning CP, which of course is fucking dumb, but that alone just doesn't change.
Yeah. Imagine saying I win like that in a debate. Like,
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
No, like that just shows you're desperate.
Or that you're
How
an
does it feel?
egotistical
Infrared is
maniac.
rising. How does
What?
Or that you're an egotistical maniac.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it feel? Tell me how it feels, Vosh.
Imagine
It feels like I'm cringing and it hurts, so I think you are winning. Actually.
Vosh.
Okay,
Infrared. You just made us fucking viral. You propelled us into the stratosphere by letting me on. You don't know where we came from, Vosh. You
Right,
disrespected Caleb. It only took a crazy guy like me to teach you not to fuck with people, not to mess with people, not to disrespect people like how you did with Caleb. I'm not Caleb. Caleb's a nice guy, Vosh. You're not going to do it with me like how you did to Caleb. You understand, Vosh? I'm not Caleb.
Yeah.
I'm not Caleb. He muted me. What happened, Vosh? What happened? He left.
Full of people like that. Probably a troll though. That guy really did sound like John Zerka though. You guys know who John Zerka is? He's a Twitch streamer.
He surrendered.
I think he follows me. So, but John Zerka is like
Vosh surrendered. Vosh fucking surrendered. 150 viewers. He surrendered. Fucking Gorillas and Sons in the chat. He surrendered. Gorillas and Sons in the chat. Vosh surrendered.
Like the Chad life.
No, he of course he did, because you're being a fucking crazy.
He was being unhinged. That's why.
Gosh, I imagine Phoenix. I imagine if you were debating you, like Jesus Christ, like oh my God, that's probably gonna be painful.
I do think. I mean,
yeah, Declan. I just need to know your views on MAGA communism and
It's a anti-centrist meme.
Jesus.
You think it's just J-Regism?
Yes.
You're not wrong.
With Trump characteristics.
Also, isn't Jay Reg actually running to be mayor of Toronto or something?
Yes, he
Ontario.
It's Ottawa.
Ottawa, not Toronto. Get the fucking cities right.
Okay.
I've only
Anyway,
been to Vancouver. You know this.
dude, stay on topic until the end.
I defeated
His
your
voice
guy.
sounds
I
very,
defeated
very similar.
Vosh. He fucking
You
lost.
totally lose. Yeah, I got blown out there. Oof. I got blown out volume-wise, at least. That was Cancer Vosh. I'm genuinely like, hey, how much do I have to
That
pay
was
for this?
funny. He got
Yeah,
blown
I'm
out
gonna stop. I'm
volume-wise.
gonna stop this one. This is.
God.
Yeah, this is just pure This is just pure brain rot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought. We should have probably chose another video. Like. Oh shit! No, I don't want to listen. Okay.
We don't want to get copy struck.
No, we're not gonna get copy struck.
It's not like we're necessarily monetizing these streams yet.
Fair point. So we can play copyrighted music. That was a joke. That was a
Like
fucking
maybe
joke.
next time we can or another time I should say we can like do one or two of these videos but let's end let's go ahead and end the stream for now.
Good night,
All
guys.
right.
See you all in hell.
All right, see y'all.
In hell.
See y'all.
Night.